Hi, today I'm going to talk to you about the Breakout EDU kits. If you want to check them out, you can check them out in the library, and then you need to work on the locks. So I'm going to show you today a little about what's inside and how to reset the locks. This is the lock parking lot. You want to make sure that you do not have the kids mess with the locks when they open them. I suggest having you open the locks and then tell you the code, but that's up to you. But they tend to get messed up, and you don't want to have to be repurchasing locks because your kids messed them up. So the first lock that I'm going to show you is a directional lock. When it begins, they need to all be pointing to the right. You need to look for this symbol here, and in between this little line here and this symbol, they all need to be pointing to the right. Okay, you simply twist this and pull it off if it's set correctly, and then you can start sliding these off. You'll see little red marks here. That means that's where it's aligned. They should all be straight like that. So the first one you want to start with has little nubs on the edge here. You can see they stick out. That's got to be the first one. You just set it to whatever direction you want. I'm going to set it back to the correct way which you would set it, and then you are responsible for resetting all of these before you return them back to the library. So once you have it the way you want, to check and see if it works, you're going to lock it, and sometimes these you have to wiggle them quite a bit. You can look and see this should be locking, but sometimes it takes a while. Once you lock it, you move one of them and make sure it's locked. Yes, it's locked. Then make sure it unlocks, and that one's set. The word lock is very similar. It will spell in the correct spot. If it's set, that's what you need to reset it to. When you're done, you slide it off, and it's the same system. One thing that you should note is inside this box here, there are 2 extra cogs with letters on them so that you can hopefully spell out more words. So that's those 2 locks. Those are pretty simple. This lock here is the 4-digit lock. It should be set to 000 to begin, and you should reset it to 000 when you're done. If you look up here, you can see that there are 2 little notches cut out of this part. This one is for when you lock it. It will go in, and if you can tell it's locked now, let's put it back on 0. Unlock it. When you go to reset it, you have to push this down. Did you see how that went down? And it has to stay down the entire time. So I'm just going to reset it to 1000 to show you. So now I pull it back up. It should lock at 1000. If I turn it, it's locked. If I turn it back to 1000, it will open. And I'm going to reset that back to 000. That's what you'll need to do, all 4 zeros when you're done. And that's how that one works. The 3-digit lock is very simple, or very similar. This one is actually a little bit different than all of the rest. But again, it's the same thing that should be set on 000 to begin with. You press down to set it, except for this one. This one turns to the side here. I believe most of them turn this way, but this one's a little bit different because we had someone who let their kids lock them, and they messed up one of the locks and we had to replace it. So it had to be replaced. So if you push down, you gotta get it really tight and hold it, hold it, hold it. You can change it. I'm gonna change this one to 9000 just so you can see that is a 9. So now it'll lock at 9000, and then it'll unlock it at the same number. So I'm going to reset it back to 000. Make sure it works at 000. Nope, I didn't do a good job resetting it. That's why you always want to check once you reset it. You have to push it really far down. Now it's at 000. I release. Hopefully now it'll work. Yes. Okay, so there's that one. The key lock, you just simply push in, it's locked, and then you get the key. Do not give the kids the key. Give them a key that looks like this, and they have to bring this to you. All of the keys are on a ring with the color on one of them, or on all of them, hopefully. Do not hide these keys, because if we lose them, the lock is done. They all are color coded, so the red one won't work in the green one's key, or lock, sorry. This is the hasp. The hasp goes on this, and then you can put as many locks into these holes as you want to. There is a secondary box too that you can use where you can put somewhere in your room. You just lock the zippers together. So you can do that as well. We do also have a pen, the secret pen, that can only be, you can write on it, and then we have a flashlight that's a blue light, and you can use that as well. These are the hint cards. Oh no, excuse me, these are the reflection cards. So you can put these in, so afterwards it says shout out, describe another member of your team, describe how another member of your team exemplified critical thinking, and there's all kinds of ones in here that you can use. So you could put those in there as something for them to do. I suggest you put something in the box for them to do so that the first group that gets done doesn't have nothing to do. You put in a coloring sheet or some sort of activity, or you tell them, now go do this, whatever it may be. You can also, there are hint cards if you want to use hint cards, where if they get stuck, they can give you one of their hint cards or 3 of their hint cards, whatever, to kind of make it a little bit easier. So that is Breakout EDU. If you have any other questions, I would be happy to help you. Inside your brown box, it will show you everything that goes back into the box to make sure that you have everything before you return it to me. Again, please reset all of the locks before you return it. That's all I have. That's your Breakout EDU kit.